Right now, as you are watching this, minus 50 degrees wind chill is gripping parts of Canada. Exposed skin, frostbite in under 5 minutes. And here is the twist most people are not talking about. While the north is locked in a brutal deep freeze, one major Canadian city is sitting at a comfortable positive 9 degrees Celsius. 9. That is a 60-degree temperature swing across one single country. So which cities are about to get hit the hardest this week? And more importantly, when exactly does the cold peak where you live? Stay with me, because in the next 30 seconds, I am going to reveal a massive pattern shift that could change everything for Southern Ontario by midweek. And if you stick around until the 5-minute mark, I will break down a city-by-city timeline showing exactly when the cold peaks, when it breaks, and what to prepare for right now. This is your complete coast-to-coast breakdown for Monday, February the 9th, 2026. But first, drop a comment right now with the city or town you are watching from. I read every single one, and I will make sure your area gets covered in upcoming forecasts. The more specific you are, the better I can help you prepare. Now, here is something that might surprise you. Canada, the second largest nation on Earth, is experiencing a temperature difference of over 60 degrees Celsius from coast to coast today. Vancouver is sitting near 10 degrees above zero. Iqaluit in Nunavut is locked at minus 25, with wind chill pushing minus 50. That is not a typo. 60 degrees separating two cities in the same country on the same day. And buried inside that gap is a story that affects every single one of you differently depending on where you live. Let us start on the East Coast, and do not skip ahead because there is a black ice warning buried in this section that could save you a trip to the body shop this morning. St. John S., Newfoundland. February here means business. Daytime highs between minus 3 and minus 1 Celsius. Sounds manageable, right? Here's the catch. Northeast winds at 20 to 30 kilometers per hour are dragging wind chill down to minus 15, possibly minus 20. Light snow developing through the afternoon, 2 to 5 centimeters expected. Visibility could drop below 1 kilometer during heavier bursts. If you are on the Trans-Canada through the Avalon Peninsula, headlights on, speed down. Now sliding southwest to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and this is where that black ice warning comes in. High today at 0 degrees, low tonight minus 6. The morning kicked off with freezing drizzle and wet snow, a recipe for invisible ice. Main roads are salted, but side streets and sidewalks are dangerously slippery. 1 to 3 centimeters of snow total. That wet Atlantic cold cuts through your jacket like it is 10 degrees worse than it reads. Proper boots with grip are not optional today. Moncton, New Brunswick is a bit quieter. Highs around minus 2, lows near minus 9. Light flurries possible this afternoon, minimal accumulation. Winds are gentle at 10 to 15 kilometers per hour out of the north. For the Maritimes, this is about as calm as a February Monday gets. But do not get too comfortable with that calm, because what is happening right now in Quebec is a completely different situation. And the snowfall numbers there, do not miss what I am about to tell you. Montreal. Winter is flexing hard in Quebec this year, and Montreal is taking the full hit. The high today is just minus 3. The low tonight, minus 11. But here is the number that matters. 3 to 7 centimeters of snow are piling up through the afternoon and into the evening, with northwest winds at 15 to 25 kilometers per hour blowing that snow sideways, cutting visibility, and building drifts along roadways. Montreal actually gets heavier snowfall in February than Toronto does. Most people do not realize that. Surface bus routes could see delays if the snow comes down heavier than expected. The metro is running normally. Montreal Trudeau International Airport has no cancellations at this hour, but check your flight status before you leave the house. And here is a survival tip for Montreal. Over 30 kilometers of underground tunnels, the RIESO network, connect the entire downtown core. Buildings, shopping centers, metro stations, all linked underground. On a day like today, you can get around without ever stepping outside. Quebec City is even colder. The high today is only minus 5. Overnight lows are plunging to minus 15. Factor in the wind channeling down the St. Lawrence River, and it feels like minus 20 to minus 25. Old Quebec, that stunning UNESCO World Heritage District, is buried under a thick blanket of snow right now. Gorgeous to photograph, brutal to stand in for more than a few minutes. Now remember that massive pattern shift I promised you at the beginning? Here it comes. Do not skip this part. Toronto. This is where the forecast gets really interesting, and honestly, this is the section I have been waiting to break down for you. The high today in Toronto is only -8. The overnight low is -10. That is significantly colder than the early February average, which normally sits closer to -1 to 0 during the day. So today is rough, no sugarcoating it. But here is the twist. Starting right around today, February the 9th, and lasting through the 14th, long-range forecasts are pointing to a significant pattern shift. A milder air mass from the southwest is pushing its way into the Great Lakes region. Warmer daytime temperatures. A mix of rain and snow. By midweek, southern Ontario could push above the freezing mark. That is the reward I promised you. Relief is coming. Not permanent, not summer, but a genuine break from this deep freeze for millions of people across the greater Toronto area and southern Ontario. Today, southerly winds at 16 kilometers per hour are the telltale sign. That warmer air is already trying to move in. Mixed precipitation could start late today or tomorrow morning. The TTC is running on schedule, the 401 and the Gardner are moving, but watch for icy patches from overnight refreezing. Pearson International, no cancellations. Now, here's the catch. When that warm air arrives and snow starts melting, overnight refreezing creates extremely dangerous road conditions. The transition period from Wednesday through Friday could be the most hazardous driving window of the week. The warm-up is coming, but do not let your guard down. Ottawa, the nation's capital and one of the coldest capital cities on the planet. The high today is -4, overnight low -15. Wind chill pushing -20 to -25. Ottawa averages about 5 hours of sunshine per day in February, and today you are getting less than that thanks to heavy cloud cover. Light afternoon flurries are adding to the existing snowpack, but here is the bright spot. The Rideau Canal Skateway, the world's longest naturally frozen skating rink, is in excellent condition. Weeks of sub-zero temperatures built up solid, safe ice. Great day for a skate if you dress for it. Barrie and the Simcoe region, highs around -1, lows -8. Lake effect snow off Georgian Bay could bring moderate accumulation west of the city. Highway 400 between Toronto and Barrie may see reduced visibility from blowing snow and patchy, freezing fog early this morning. London, Ontario, a touch milder at 1 degree for the high, -5 for the low. The incoming warm front is already starting to make its presence felt here with mixed rain and snow showers possible this afternoon. Niagara Falls, one of the warmer spots in Ontario today at 2 degrees. The falls are still flowing strong, and the mist and spray have created spectacular ice formations on the surrounding rock faces. If you can handle the cold, it is genuinely one of the most breathtaking sights in the country right now. All right, now we head to the prairies, and if you thought what I just described was cold, you are not ready for these numbers. Seriously, what is happening in Saskatchewan right now is extreme even by Canadian standards. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winterpeg is fully living up to its nickname today. The high is only -12 to -10. The overnight low is plummeting to -20 to -22. Northwest winds at 20 to 30 kilometers per hour are driving the wind chill to -30 to -35. At those values, exposed skin develops frostbite in 10 to 15 minutes. Manitoba Public Health is advising residents, especially older adults and young children, to limit time outdoors. If you must go out, cover every centimeter of exposed skin. Insulated waterproof boots, proper eye protection, the works. Here is the classic prairie paradox. The skies over Winnipeg are mostly clear today. Brilliant blue sky, full sunshine, and yet the air is cold enough to take your breath away the instant you step outside. That February sun on the prairies is all show and no warmth. Regina and Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Staggering numbers. Regina, high -15, low -23. Saskatoon, highs near -17, lows -25. A stubborn Arctic high-pressure system is funneling bitterly cold, dry air from the pole. Even light winds push the wind chill to -35 to -40. Extreme cold warnings across the entire province. Calgary, Alberta, significantly milder at -4 for the high, -13 overnight. No Chinook today, but here is what to watch for. The forecast hints at a possible Chinook event by midweek. Chinook winds are warm, dry air spilling over the Rockies that can send temperatures soaring 20 to 30 degrees in hours. Calgary could push well above zero by Wednesday or Thursday. Edmonton, colder at -6 for the high, -14 overnight. Too far north for Chinook benefits. Light cloud, no significant snow. Banff and Jasper National Parks. Banff at -8, Valley Bottoms below -18 overnight. Jasper -9 to -10, lows touching -20. 5 to 10 centimeters of fresh snow at higher elevations. Great news for Lake Louise, Sunshine Village, and Marmot Basin. Avalanche risk is moderate to high in several areas. Check Avalanche Canada before heading into the backcountry. The Trans-Canada through Rogers Pass and Kicking Horse Pass may see reduced visibility. Winter tires or chains mandatory, now the West Coast. And this is where the temperature story becomes almost unbelievable. Vancouver, positive 9 degrees Celsius today. While most of Canada is shivering at -10 to -30, Vancouver is sitting near double digits on the plus side. The overnight low only dips to 2 to 5 degrees. You can thank the warm Pacific Ocean currents and the Rocky Mountains acting as a wall against Arctic air for that. The trade-off? Rain. Vancouver averages 22 rainy days in February with total rainfall around 242 millimeters for the month. Today, light to moderate rain all day, heavier in the afternoon. Do not leave without your umbrella. And here is a detail that amazes visitors from across the country. Stanley Park is green right now. Lush, vibrant green. While every other province looks like the inside of a snow globe, Vancouver's trees and grass are thriving. Victoria, even milder at 8 to 10 degrees, 3 to 4 overnight. Light rain. Canada's mildest city, where cherry blossoms sometimes appear as early as late February. Kelowna and the Okanagan, 0 to 2 degrees, -5 to -7 overnight. Mostly cloudy, chance of light snow, now the far north. These are the most extreme numbers in the entire forecast, and they are a reminder of just how vast and harsh this country can be. Whitehorse, Yukon. High of -15 to -12, overnight lows dropping to -25 to -30. Skies are mostly clear, winds are light, about 8 hours of daylight. The days are getting noticeably longer compared to January, which is a small but meaningful signal that spring exists somewhere on the calendar. And if you are in Whitehorse tonight, look up. Clear skies and the city's ideal latitude make it one of the best places on Earth to see the northern lights, and February is prime viewing season. Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Extreme cold snap. High of -20 to -18. Overnight low, -30 to -35. Wind chill pushing -40 to -45. Frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 5 minutes. Great Slave Lake, the deepest lake in North America, is frozen solid with ice over a meter thick, supporting the ice roads that heavy trucks use as winter highways. Iqaluit, Nunavut. The most extreme conditions in the entire forecast. High barely reaching -25 to -22, lows -35 to -40, wind chill -50, only 7 to 8 hours of daylight. Frobisher Bay frozen solid for months. Life here in winter is a testament to extraordinary human resilience. So let me bring this all together for you now with the week ahead outlook, because this is what you really need to plan around. From February the 10th through the 14th, that warm front from the southwest delivers milder air to the Great Lakes in southern Ontario. Temperatures could climb above zero, bringing rain and wet snow. The biggest danger during that transition is overnight refreeze, creating black ice. The prairies and north stay locked under Arctic air through midweek. A slight moderation is possible by the weekend, but still well below zero. No major snowstorms this week, but light to moderate snow possible across many areas. Extreme cold warnings remain for Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and the Northern Territories. Before I wrap up, quick reminders. Layer up with the 3-layer system, moisture wicking base, insulating middle, windproof, waterproof outer shell. Check your winter tires and battery, keep gas above the halfway mark, and keep a blanket, flashlight, snacks, and phone charger in the trunk. On the prairies and north, make sure home heating is working properly. And wherever you are, if you are feeling sluggish or down, that could be seasonal affective disorder. Get outside during daylight hours, even for a quick walk. Look after yourselves and each other. All right, that is your full national forecast. Now remember, I mentioned a possible Chinook event hitting Calgary by midweek and that major warm-up moving into southern Ontario. In the next video, I am going to break down exactly how those two systems develop hour by hour, and there is a surprise twist in the extended forecast for the Atlantic provinces that nobody is talking about yet. You do not want to miss that one. Drop your city in the comments so I know where to focus next. Share this with someone who needs to see these numbers before they head out today, and I will see you in the next forecast.